Why should you never eat an undercooked boombox? You might get a cassette tapeworm. Welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday, my friends. Is it Thursday? I'm so tired. I'm so confused. I hope you are well. Thank you for being here with us. This is the loading screen, loading game for a game called Street Beat on the C64. That's what we're going to try and start out with tonight. Commodore 64 nights are usually a disaster. Just be warned. So much troubleshooting, so many restarts. The C64 Mini is a dream when it works, but it frequently doesn't. So we're gonna do our best. This is looking somewhat promising. Let's welcome everyone in. We've got Stack Cat first in chat tonight. Welcome in, my friend. Mile Hyrule and Lucent Jelly close behind. Thank you both for being here. Dead Zergling, always great to see you. Conga Line Monkey, honorable mention to Conga, who was waiting in the chat before I went live. Great to have you here, Conga. Sorry you might not be able to make it very long. I definitely hope you get your sleep. Heard you finally beat that awful dolphin game. We did, Zergling. We finished Echo. It was confusing. The end of Echo. Apparently they took out the... I did a little bit of research. Apparently we beat the boss. It gave us the victory password, but there was no outro. There's no credits, no end game, nothing. It just loops on the last boss again and again and again. It's so bad. It's so bad. I thought I did something wrong. I actually, after the stream, tried to look up to see if anyone else had a video of beating the game. And I didn't search I didn't search for hours, but I searched for a little while. I couldn't find any complete playthroughs of it. A nightmare. Theodoros, welcome in. I hope you've been doing well. Thank you for joining us. Squeaks and blips, yep. It's, C64 is always a nightmare, Jelly. Frown Man's updating his voice box, Smile Hyrule says. Calibrating. A joke would make waiting for the shenanigans easier. Did my best, Zergling. Seems like a regular thing. Yeah. Commodore is always like that. This is the best music for a joke. Tommy, welcome in. Always a pleasure. Hope you are doing well. I think that oh no is in response to my joke. That's usually the appropriate response. Loyal to Soil, welcome in, Loyal. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for joining us, Loyal. One of the many reasons not to eat a boombox. The pup has you worn out. Yeah, I'm not getting very much sleep. You want to bring the puppy down for a moment, Jelly? Yeah, I'll give him a couple more. I'll give him a couple more pets before you settle him in. We can do that. So I plan tonight to play Street Beat. It's our first game. We played this a little bit before. It took me a while to figure it out. I think I needed a little bit of help too. I think Buddha Fingers told me what one of the buttons on the keyboard does, because I wandered around for an hour doing nothing. But I think I figured out how this game works, and it's pretty cool. We're gonna see. I might actually be able to beat it, complete a loop. So we're gonna see if I can do that. We'll try this one for a while. I'd also like to try out for the first time Beachhead 2. I'd like to revisit Pitfall and maybe check out Pitfall 2 for the first time. So 2 revisits, 2 new games, assuming they all work. Any of these could be bumped off the schedule for disagreeing with me tonight. We'll see how it goes. But give me just a moment, and Jelly's gonna bring me the doggo. So this is Arthur. He's an Australian Shepherd mix. Hey there, pup. How are you? How are you? He's really little. He's somewhere around 2 months old. I think he's about like 6 or 7 weeks. He's really small. He's very sweet. He very much likes to cuddle. I think he wants to explore the room a bit too. Currently he's working on potty training. He's been pretty good with that. Actually, he's taken to that quite quickly. And crate training, he has a tendency to whine in his crate quite a bit. So you may hear some distant whining or barking throughout the stream at some point. You may also hear Jelly's command for quiet, and I don't think she's yelling down through the ceiling at me. But mostly he's all right. He's a good boy. Puppy breath is my favorite, Loyal says. Upside down. All right, we can give that a flip. Hang on, doggo. Hey, look, he's pretty good at it. Alright, is it bedtime for you? It's hopefully time to settle him in for bed. So I'm gonna give him back to Jelly. But yeah, this is why I don't sleep anymore. This is why, I'm supposed to be sleeping during the day, right? But I sleep for about an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then it's time to take care of the puppy again. It's only temporary. Someday, some glorious day, I'll sleep again. Give me a moment, my friends. My mic was muted. Alright. Loyal says, dogs are the greatest gift to man. I love my dogs so much. When I'm having a bad day, my dogs always cheer me up. I love to hear it, Loyal. I've historically been more of a cat person than a dog person. I've had both, but I usually think of myself as being more drawn to and bonded to cats, but he is so darn cute. Handsome pup. Thank you, Tommy. He's very cute. Zergling said, I understand what you mean. I'm happy every time I see my 8-pack of hot dogs in the fridge. Loyal said, inspired by an unknown Rostamon in London, it says. Yeah, Buddha Fingers told me something about it. Apparently, this, I think this game is based on a real person. But I don't really know the story, other than, what the story in the game is. I've recently got cats. They're outside cats. I love it because they keep the mice away from my tomatoes growing, Loyal says. Cats will be good for that. All right, so let's jump into the game, and I'm not super expert in this game, but I think I have a fair handle on how it works. I don't remember if my controls are set up for it. I know I need to use the F keys. All right, well we'll just fumble about, and it will. It will come together. So I think I'm just supposed to. The first thing I need to do is find a cassette tape. And I think I just look inside all the buildings for that. Oh, here we go. Yes, excellent. Tape collected. And then. Oh no. Oh no, I thought one of the F keys was supposed to start the music. How do I do this? That's F1? Really? Oh no, what have I done? Oh no! Well, that didn't go well. Once you get a tape, there's some way to turn on your... Oh, maybe I need to get battery first. Maybe it was all user error. Alright, back into it. I think we beat it. GG. Yeah, I didn't have any batteries. No wonder I couldn't turn it on because I didn't have any batteries. Alright. Repairs. Do I still not have any batteries? I think that character's an enemy. I don't know. Let's go to the repair shop. No repairs needed. Okay. Why is that person following me? Imagine my confusion when I started playing this for the first time, though, and it's just deathly silent. And it's like, oh no. Well, now I need the repairs. I wonder if I can get the tape first. Oh my goodness, no one has a tape. I'm gonna loop around the entire Earth. It's a game about music, and then there's no sound at all. It's not muted. It's just the sound. The sound kicks in once you have all the supplies for your boombox. Oh, finally a tape. Alright. But I can't. New batteries not needed. Okay, we're good. Well, then we're good there. I have to get repairs, though. There we are. Alright, it's now... Alright, we're now repaired. Oh, I couldn't get the tape because it was broken. You already have a tape? What do you mean? Alright, fine. Can I play music? No, don't mess with me. Oh. I do have to get my act together. So that's the psycho killer. Stay away from the psycho killer. What is this? Oh, I thought. I mean, it looks like a shop, right? All right, tape. Great. Batteries. I think. There we go. Batteries. All right. Now, let me just. Hey, here we go. Now the game starts. When we have the tape and we have the batteries, that's when the game starts. And our mission is to move around town and to get people dancing. We've got to get 10 people dancing to our music, and then we have to turn our tape into significance here. And we have to do that, like, a whole bunch of times. I think 10 times. Stay away from me. Well, one of the things about this game, though, is, like, its navigation is very confusing. And you can get surprised, like, because there are several, like, enemy characters. Uh-oh. This isn't good. I'm not at all where I thought I was. I think we do have to make it back to... the shop before our batteries wear out. I think if our battery wears out, here we go. Perfect. Tape delivered. Excellent. All right, and that's the gameplay loop, and then we just need to do this a certain number of times, of which I'm not exactly sure. Okay, we went left. Oh my goodness, there's so many psycho killers. There are a lot of different directions that we're able to move in the game, but the more... Alright, like if I cut through the park here, we get access to like a whole different line of buildings. What? Do you have a tape? This is not the last time. Huh. I don't know I don't know what that's all about. The map, like the game world for this game is gigantic. Oh, I guess I know I have a tape because I should be able to see it inside of the boombox when I actually have one. New in. What happens in here? Like, there are all these, like, buildings that seem like they should have a significance, but so many of them don't. Oh my goodness, this just goes on forever. It's very disorienting, this kind of game, though, because I think I am just loop. Oh no, I'm not just looping. These are all individual streets. What does this do? How many screens does this go on for? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think however many screens I walk in here, I'm required to walk back out. This is the worst. Oh, okay, never mind. All right, we were on a loop. Thank goodness. Stay away from that guy. All right, you know what? New batteries not needed. I thought, you know what? It can't hurt to pick up batteries a little early, right? I'm gonna become so lost. I just need a tape. When you move from one side of the street to the other, like the camera turns around, so it's just you become well, you know, I shouldn't speak for everyone, but I become disoriented so easily in this game. What is this? Can I go in here? No. Oh, finally. You can't run from the music. Sorry about all the screen tearing. The game's doing its best to hang in there, but Pleasant Street, Tobacco Road. Hey, Grape Sody, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you. I am doing pretty good. A little tired and a lot confused, but not unwell. Oh, my battery's getting low. My battery's getting low, and I've got to get one more dancer. Please. Yes, let's go. No. That's awful. So, all of that work was erased. Alright, new batteries. Let's get our repairs. I'm heartbroken. Good to hear. Thank you. Thank you, Grape Sody. I hope you're doing well as well, of course. Alright, oh, I still have my tape, though. Right? Yeah, alright. All is not lost. At least I don't have to search for the tape again. So the number of people you have to get dancing, I think is... I don't remember if it increases every time or if it's randomized. I feel like it was randomized because I think discovering that is what gave me hope that I could actually complete the game. Because 10 people for every tape is rough. I thought I could get by them. There are 3 enemies in the game. I mean, there are 3 enemy characters. There's like, I think there are multiple of each of them that you could run into. But there's the Psycho Killer. I mean, there's definitely more than one Psycho Killer, because I saw, I came across 2 of them, like, back to back, not all that long ago. So there's the Psycho Killer who ends your game. You really gotta stay away from that guy. There's a police officer. I don't know what he does. He shuts you down in some way. I don't think he ends the game. There's that, the guy in the stripy shirt. Just the tone deaf guy. He breaks your boombox. And this guy, this flashing guy, I think is a friend. I think his job is to teleport you back to significance. I should have run into him to experiment, because I'm pretty sure that's what he does. It's really hard to find 10 people. Oh, the cop didn't seem interested in what I was doing at all. No, there's a Psycho Killer. Oh, that's what yeah. No! I'm just trying to run into the flashing person and... Yeah. Jumping Jack Flash. Okay, that's why he's flashing. He sends you back here to the significance is like a record store. That's our home base. One interesting game. Yeah, this game, Buddha Fingers introduced me to this game, and it's really cool. No! Oh, no. Damage. So you can only be damaged 3... Well, you only be damaged twice. The 3rd time ends the game. I thought we could be damaged. I thought we could be damaged indefinitely. Alright, I've been upside down for long enough, I think. Where did the time go? How have I been streaming for 40 minutes already? coffee's kind of bad tonight. Jelly didn't make it for me. I made it myself. Ooh, I must have done something wrong. I think I over-extracted it. Oh well, I'm gonna live with it anyway. Bad coffee's better than no coffee. Oh, I need to get my batteries first. I think there was a cassette tape over there. I don't know, it's really weird, because the cassette tape's behind the flashing door, but whenever you enter a screen, the doors always flash. Yeah, let's go. No! I don't have... I don't have the button mapped to turn my boombox on. I don't have that button mapped to my gamepad. I have to use the keyboard for that. And in the 1 millisecond that I looked away to hit that, the Psycho Killer ran on this screen and ended me. Do you know what? This may be harder than I thought. Alright, let's go. Wow, the number of dancing people required was really low. We only needed one? Did I read that right? Must dance. One. I'm already 4 people ahead of the game. Thank you, Jack. Okay, next up is 3. Wow, there's a lot of that guy around here. I feel like it might be nice if this game had like an option for a top-down perspective. Or if there was something to indicate, I don't know how you would do it. If there's some way to indicate like which side of the screen I was even on. Oh, help me out. Fantastic. 2 tapes already delivered. Let's go. The game is taking it really easy on me now. I wonder if I changed the difficulty somehow or something, because only having to have 3 people, 1 person, then 3 people, then 3 people. Where are the 10 must dance that we were getting before? there's the psycho killer. The tone deaf guy. All of my enemies are here all at once. I think so. You can adjust the volume of your boombox. I think the cop only cares about coming after you when your volume is real high, is my guess now. Because he seems very disinterested. Or maybe he only cares if I throw music at him. Because he seems very passive, very disinterested in me. Unlike the other villains. Alright, 5 this time. Oh. Nope, don't want anything to do with that guy. He was moving at quite a clip, too. Psycho killer. Hot on my heels. I think if you turn the volume up, you throw your music notes further. I don't think there's another tape in this part of town. I'm trying to just stay on one. You could probably tell what I'm doing. I'm trying to just stay on this one street, but I'm also trying to only navigate based on one side of the street. So I can keep my bearings for where significance is. Ten tapes does feel like a lot of tapes to have to process. I don't know what the right word for what we're up to is. I've been digging this game. It's fun and funky, Loyal says. I can't think of a lot of things like this. I will say it did take me a good while to get into. When I trash. Look at what happened to me. I got killed right at the edge of the screen. That's so unfair. We were doing well. We had 3 tapes turned in. 10 might be a lot. I don't know if I can get up to 10 tapes. That was a good run. That was a good run. Yeah, no peppers right now, Loyal. I don't change my I don't tend to change my tags. They don't have to describe every single night. They describe the stream in general. I'm gonna leave them off probably until next week. The wheel. My excuse is that I have enough stress right now trying to integrate the new puppy into the home. I don't want to add any extra stress to the stream. That's my excuse. You can accept that or reject that as you see fit, but yeah, the wheel's gonna stay off for a while. A few more days. One spin on the house. I can't say you don't do it, Loyal. I can't say you don't deserve it, Loyal, but if I do that, then I have to do it for everyone who deserves it, and that's a lot of people. Every night is spicy pepper night in spirit. You know, a lot of times the game puts a lot of times the games I'm playing put a spicy pepper in my heart, so you know, like Echo the Dolphin. It only took I didn't double check the time, but it only took me about 18 and a half hours to beat Echo this time, so I got like 10% better. I mean the last stage, I didn't count the rest of the game. The rest of the game all went much more smoothly. But, you know, the last stage is where the whole game is with that one, so it's your show. I'm just here to poke at you. Hey, I'm happy you are loyal. You're great company, my friend. I don't mind a little good-natured poking. That jumping jack Flash, he is a swell guy. Didn't I return 2 tapes? It says tapes returned 1. Wait a minute. Didn't I return 2 tapes? I think I maybe that. Oh, maybe that jumping jack Flash. Maybe he's not such a swell guy. Maybe he returns me to significance at the cost of one of my tapes. I can't afford that. Hey, Dynamite, welcome in. What's up? I'm sure I'm not the first to say. Sorry I missed your Echo victory. Oh, no worries, no worries. It only came at the end of an excessively long stream. I went super late last night. I mean, there's no way I could expect everyone to hang in there with me for with how late I went. That was but I started the thing was I started getting close and I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to leave it while I was so close. But thank you for the congrats. I'm very happy to be done with that trash. No, he's coming for me. I'd rather be disoriented than have my boombox broken. If I have to flee to parts of the street unknown, so be it. Alright, well, let me see what happened. Does Jack reduce my tape count? Doesn't look like he does. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just miscounted. Alright, well, 2 tapes. How am I doing on batteries? If you say I don't need them. So Echo is gone. Echo is now the most stressful game I have left on the schedule is Contra Advance, which you know, it'd be really convenient if I could beat that game tomorrow. I'm gonna do my best to try and beat it tomorrow, though. We're gonna plug away at Contra Advance for tomorrow night's stream, and then after I play, whether I beat it or not, after a few hours of that game, in the very end of tomorrow night's stream, I think I'm gonna play the NES Contras, just a casual playthrough of each of them, just sort of a refresher and a palate cleanser to remember why I like Contra. If I get really lucky and I beat Contra Advance, if I beat it really early, I might have time to play to do a playthrough of one of the 16-bit ones, but don't let me get your hopes up for that. You're too late for the gig. Alright, well, I don't know what that's about. I saw the thing that said the new inn needed a DJ. So that's what made me think to stop in there. So if I see that message again, if I'm out, if I've got a tape and music playing, if I see that message again, I'm gonna try and rush to the new inn. I mean, as much as I can rush anywhere on purpose in this game, because I never know where anything is. I like this song. I'm a smart kid, but I have no idea what's going on right now. So we're wandering the streets of London. Are like you in this game? You work for a record company, and they have you go out into the streets of London, and what you're supposed to do is collect cassette tapes, and then you go around town playing the music for people to get them dancing to the music. And then once the song has become sufficiently popular enough, like there's enough people out in the world dancing to it, you turn it back into the record company. It took me a long time to figure out that that's what was going on in this game. We played it once before, but I wasn't able to beat it to clear a loop. So I thought I'd come back to it and see if I could do better. He broke my boombox. No, Psycho Killer. There are several people out on the streets that want to interfere with our project. There's a tone deaf guy who will smash your boombox, and there's a psycho killer who just murders you. I'll stick around enough to see the giant octopus on boss on level 6. No more. No more giant octopus bosses. I'm done. We had our fill of that. I mean, it's the Echo's not really an octopus. Well, there are octopi in Echo, but they're not bosses. I have to get 11 people dancing now. Wow, that number went up. I mean, I was asking for 10 before, so I really shouldn't complain, but it's been a while. It's been a while since I've had to get a significant number of dancers. This game's got, like, it's got a really cool style. It's got some fun tunes. It's got interesting gameplay concept that's pretty unique and fun. Oh, this guy, there's another enemy. The gangster steals your tape. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that guy looked like he had to be an enemy. Look at him. With his strange wide head and singular eye. I thought he had to be an enemy. I should have trusted my feelings. Alright, so now we've got to find another tape. The problems with this game, though, are the map. The map is gigantic, and it's very easy to be disoriented on it. I almost never know where I'm going unless I walk in a very specific way. I very quickly lose my bearings. And secondly, the enemies can spawn onto the screen right at the same edge when you're trying to exit at the same time. So you can get very unfairly sniped by the enemies. It's not good. Hey, Mansto, welcome in. Great to have you here. I don't know what it was you tried to share there. The auto mod gobbled it up on my end. Link deleted. Yeah, there the links are universally blocked. No links in the chat. Hope you're doing well though. I feel like it's been a short while, right? Good to have you back with us. Reminds me of some old Spy versus Spy stuff. It does kind of look a bit like that. What with the yeah, the windows moving from screen to screen. Spy versus Spy is a game I think very fondly of because it's one that I had as a kid as well. I've tried playing it on the stream. Did we play it? Oh, we did play it one night. The first night I tried to play it, we couldn't get it to work. And then I got it working on a different night, but it's so hard. The AI and on the Commodore 64, the AI is super overpowered. Or rather my eye is super underpowered. It was a clip. Hey, thank you. I do appreciate you making the clip. I'm sorry that they get gobbled up like that, like everything else. I never think about unblocking them. I know, like it never. I never think about it at the right time, so I never do it. This game looks amazing. Yeah, this is Street Beat. It's back. I almost missed it. Welcome in, Budafingers. Budafingers is the one that recommended this game to me. And I'm very glad he did. It's a lot of fun. I'm so scared. I'm so scared I'm gonna lose all my progress. If you look away for 1 second. Alright, well, I got a tape, but now my boombox has to be repaired. Alright, we're good. Alright, I have to get 11 people dancing. This seems like an insurmountable number. Oh, what I had for dinner? I had a chicken sandwich, loyal. Just, plain chicken lunch meat on toast. It was a pretty simple night. I had some pepper jack cheese too, but I ate that on the side. Run. Oh my goodness, I'm surrounded by enemies. Oops. No, I'm sorry. The new inn needs a DJ. Quick, I've got to get to the new inn. I have zero chance of making it to the new inn, by the way. I have no idea where in the universe it is, and I'm sure I'm already too late. What? That guy's an enemy too? There's a gangster of groove and a bandit of beat. Oh. It's dangerous out here. Are you an enemy as well? Budenfinger says I had mushroom risotto and a ginger ale. I've never had a risotto. StatKit says finally getting around to actually working on a server. My phone's been pinging me every 4 hours telling me it can't sync to anything. It's finally gonna shut up. Good luck with that, StatCat. I don't really have the technical knowledge to know what's involved. But I certainly wish you luck in getting that annoyance out of your life. Oh, wait a minute. Why? No. Stay away from me. Okay, there we go. I must have hit the wrong button. I forgot to put the key for turning the boombox on. I forgot to put that key on my gamepad, so I have the most... No. See... There wasn't anything I could do. The psycho killer was right there on the screen transition. That makes me unhappy. Anything about risotto scare you? Everything, Butterfingers. No, I don't know. I've never had it before. I suspect it has cheese in it, so that would put me off of it. I couldn't have if it does have cheese, I couldn't have a mushroom risotto. I couldn't have any kind of vegetable risotto because I don't mix I don't like to mix cheese and produce. Risotto slap, Stat Cat says. It just takes a while to make, so I never make it. Rice is a grain and not produce? No, but mushrooms are. I don't know if I like but I don't even know if I like the idea of cheese on rice. That alone is scary. That by itself is scary to me. I'm a difficult person. I'm afraid of everything. They're a rhizome? I don't even know that word. I appreciate you trying to help me, Loyal, but you'll find I'm pretty stubbornly set in my ways. This is a great start. To start off with 2 tapes right next to us like this. Oh no. The tone deaf guy is coming for me already. It does have cheese. You can do it without, in essence, it's rice cooked in stock. I could do that. I could just cook rice in stock. It would be the most boring risotto. I'd be the only person that liked it. I must have done something wrong, because I've turned in 3 tapes, and yet I only have 2 on the board. Oh, maybe if you get 2 tapes that have the same song, it only counts as 1. I've never paid attention to that, and I don't know if there's any way to avoid it, like, once I pick up a tape, like, I don't think I have a lot of control over what song it's going to have. If you make it plain, usually braised meats are served on top. Okay, you're winning me over a little bit with this. Rice cooked in stock with meat. I could do that. I mean, I could even add the mushrooms back in, as long as I don't add the cheese. Psycho killer. This is a fun song. No, that guy's a villain too. Hey, Emil, welcome in. Welcome to Street Beat on the Commodore 64. Hope you are doing well tonight. I'm glad to have you back with us again. Let me actually pause it when I look away this time. Let me catch up. I would like to try real truffle at some point, StatCat says. Yeah, I've only ever had truffle flavored hot sauce. I've never actually had a truffle. Cheese on potato, yes or no? No, I don't do any cheese on potatoes, Buddha fingers. Except, you know what? Sometimes if I get a cheeseburger from a fast food place, I will take my French fries and put them into my cheeseburger. So I've never thought about it before, but that's cheese and potato at the same time. So maybe I could do it. I mean, when I make mashed potatoes, I add in milk and butter, right? And I know neither of those are cheese, but it's like, how different are milk and butter from cheese, really? But like a scalloped potato or something like that, or like a baked potato with cheese sprinkled on top, or something I've never been able to do yet. Oh, I don't know if there's any benefit to getting additional dancers beyond our quota, but I mean, I guess like if I'm passing extra people anyway, why not, right? I think I've been on the wrong side of the street this whole time. Alright, I think I'm getting close. Oh no, I'm not getting close at all. I just don't know where anything is. Wait a moment. Hey, there's significance. Thank goodness. 10 people for the next one. Truffle isn't easy to come by where I live, so I have to wait until I can go somewhere fancy. Each truffle goes for $100 and more. My goodness. I read your stream title retro practice instead of retro patience. Yeah, it's patience because I require patience when trying to make the Commodore 64 work correctly. I don't use the actual C64. I have a C64 Mini, but I have a lot of difficulties with it, and I think they're all my fault. But that doesn't change things in the moment. The problems that I have a lot of times, like one of the big problems I have is capture issues, and that's not really a fault of the C64 Mini. I blame it on that a lot of times, just out of sort of imprecise speaking. But the problem is actually just my capture setup in general is not doesn't work well with the C64. But that's really not to be laid at the feet of the C64 Mini itself. Hey, Christian, cool, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. Always grateful to have you hanging out nearby. game is spawning a lot of psycho killers now. I feel like I've not stopped in for batteries for a while. Ah! Sorry about the yelling. Alright, let's go. Oh, where'd that guy in blue go? Oh, he's hidden behind the other guy. Four tapes. No, it still says only 3 tapes. This game is bogus. What is it doing to me? No. No, repair shop guy again. No, look at that. This is unfair. Did I say repair shop guy? Is that what I called him? That's where he sends me to. No, this guy's gonna steal my tape as soon as I come out the door. Funky Street, that's where significance is. Bonus dancer. Let's go. Oh, hey, Derek. Welcome in. I'm sorry I didn't welcome you in a more timely manner. I saw you there, and I was gonna say hello, and then I got distracted by something. But very much happy to have you here, and I hope you are well. This is Street Beat on the Commodore 64. We've actually sampled this game a little bit before. It's a pretty cool game. You wander around town. You have to collect cassette tapes and then play them for the people on the street to boost the popularity of the tape, and then you deliver it to the record store. Is the sort of the game cycle, and I think your goal is to produce 10 tapes, which seems like an astronomical number to me right now. Like, I think I'm on my best run I've ever had, and I've only got 4 tapes turned in. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people out on the street who really hate what you're up to. They'll either break your boombox, or they'll steal your tape, or they'll just outright murder you. Finally, a tape. Watching this horror movie called Cobweb tonight. It was wild. Just came out this year. I haven't. I've heard that title, but I don't know anything about it. I had Wetzel pretzel bites with salt and cheese sauce, Loyal says. I could snack on some pretzel bites. I wouldn't say no to that. Okay. Moving from the gamepad to the keyboard is a nightmare. The guy turned off my boombox. We were talking about pretzels on the stream not too long ago. I was thinking to myself that I really should try making my own pretzels at some point. Because I really like a fresh pretzel. It can't be all that difficult to make your own, like, gourmet pretzels at home, right? No! I'm I'm so mad. I'm so mad. We had all the people we needed dancing. I just it spawns way too many enemies where I can't get away from them. It's the height of irritation. I feel just completely robbed. I didn't mean to turn the volume on my boombox up so loud. That's more reasonable. Not that I want the music to be lower, but I suspect that it burns out my battery faster. "17 people to dance." I have to amend what I thought before. I don't think I'm ever gonna complete a loop of this. 10 tapes is way too many to have to deliver. With the number of enemies that it throws at you and like the high probability of just stumbling onto them on a screen transition and instantly losing. 10 is an unmanageable number. This is like watching a French movie. 10 tapes is insane. Let me see. I might have missed a few things. Excited for October. Watch a lot of horror movies this year. Doing the old classics like Dracula. Right on, Derek. I'd like to make time at some point to watch some of the old, classic horror movies like the Universal monster movies and the Hammer movies and stuff like that, but I just never get around to it. Welcome in. Hey, thank you for joining us. Good to see you again. Driftwood, welcome in. I hope you are both very well, and welcome to some Commodore 64 games. I am getting pummeled by Street Beat here. Boofinger says, I like the giant pretzel too. I try to get the unsalted. Really love Aunt Annie's, but it's more buttery bread than a pretzel. Yeah, I agree with that. It is really tasty though. I love pretzel buns, Butterfinger says. I don't know if I've ever actually had a pretzel bun. I haven't been avoiding it. I just don't know that I've had an opportunity. To get a nice pretzel texture, you need to give them a lye bath before baking, StatCat says. I hope that's not a lie, but for real fingers, were you the one who gave me the gift sub a while back? Dynamite asks. Uh, I don't. I couldn't say for sure. Dynamite. There's a couple people that come in and will drop gift subs from time to time, and sometimes they target specific people, and sometimes they just drop randomly on someone who's in the chat or has been in it recently. Missed you yesterday. Saw the new dog. You had some trolled in here, I think. Perhaps. I don't. I don't know exactly. It wasn't. It wasn't that bad though. It was a weird and distracting for a while, but we'll see. Ten Tapes is insane. I'm the troll here, Loyal says. This is like watching a French movie, Dynamite said. OG Dawn of the Dead is my favorite movie of all time. You know what? I don't know that I've actually seen the original one all the way through. I've seen the remake. I thought that was all right. I'm sure that the original is infinitely better, but I don't know that I've ever made the time to see it all the way through. I feel like I've seen parts of it. Loyal says, I'd say for fun Halloween movies, check out Monster Squad, Night of the Creeps, and Garbage Pail Kids. I have not seen any of those three, Loyal. Oh yeah, no, I believe you, Stat Cat. I just wanted to make a joke. Um, for the pretzel, that's actually true. No lie. I mean, there is lie, but not a lie. I see. You were doing it too. The new pup is good. Things are going well. That sounds pretty accurate, Dynamite. Um, it's a near perfect movie. The remake made me very sad. Well, yeah, if I would imagine if the original is your favorite movie, that there'd be a lot of potential for disappointment. But that's all right, a less than stellar remake doesn't erase the original from existence. That's what I remind myself about RoboCop. I didn't hate the remake, but it was it was pretty lackluster. But I mean, how are you going to? How are you gonna stand up to the majesty of the original RoboCop? It's such a fantastic film. There was a RoboCop remake. it's less it's much less wild, over the top satire sci-fi adventure, and much more generic robot action man movie. And we lost our run. We lost our run. This game is too hard. Who can beat this? There's a RoboCop game coming out soon, Loyal says. Derek says he's excited for it. We will see. We'll see what it's like. I couldn't handle the zombie baby. Was says I have to tell you, I haven't seen. It's been more than a decade since I've seen that film. I think I couldn't have even told you there was a zombie baby. I don't remember the details of it. Let alone not getting the vibe of the original, but alas, yeah. I mean, a lot of times though, like there's just no hope for sort of recapturing with a remake of like a really good movie. You could usually only be like, you could usually usually all you could really hope for is that it's not terrible. Hoping that it's actually actively good is like, that's too much to hope for. I like the remake, honestly, Derek says. OG Dawn of the Dead is great. I somehow completely missed the RoboCop remake. Sounds like it was for the best. Yeah, I mean, I don't regret watching it, but I don't think I'll ever watch it again. So that's sort of like my thoughts on it. I don't really remember it very well either. The one thing I do remember is in the remake, RoboCop has a tougher time accepting that he actually like is a RoboCop. That he's been made into a RoboCop. He has a tough time accepting that, and there's a scene where they convince him that it's true. And I don't really want to give details about what the scene is like or how, but it made me very uncomfortable. And so that lives vividly in my memory. But that's about it. That's the one part of the movie that stands out to me. Everything else is just a generic blur. I legit almost walked out of the theater, Waz says. Thought it was good for what it was. If I have a Halloween watch list, it's Amityville Horror 1 through 3, Ghosts, Evil Dead 2, Creepshow 1, and The Reanimator. I've seen a few of those. Evil Dead 2, I don't know if I've ever actually watched Evil Dead 2. I've watched 1 and I've watched Army of Darkness. I don't know if I've ever seen Evil Dead 2. I don't think I have. Evil Dead 2, Creepshow, and Reanimator are good picks. I haven't seen Reanimator either. I've seen Creepshow. Jelly and I watched that. She hadn't seen it before. We watched that last year, I think. Creepshow scared me when I was a kid. Waz says, I met Bruce Campbell at one of his smaller indie movie premieres at a theater. He was super nice and chill. Right on. All right, we'll give this give this another try or two. I'm not gonna stick with it too much longer. I do still think very highly of this game, but I also think that I am kind of without hope for completing a loop of it. We played it with we played it for a pretty big chunk of time the first time that we played it, and now that I mean, unless there's something else about the game that I don't know that would make it easier on me, I kind of think that I'm at like my peak performance. Getting 5 tapes turned in, it is only halfway there, and it's in many ways better than I ever imagined I'd do. I do wonder if I did something that changed the difficulty. Because I was mashing the buttons a lot earlier, trying to find the on button for the... for the boombox. I don't know if it has like a secret difficulty selector. And I checked because I feel like it was asking for 10 people dancing right at the start earlier, and now it's only asking for 1. So I think I lowered the difficulty somehow, and it's still inconceivably difficult. I'd still be up for like revisiting this game on a random C64 night and again in the future, but I just don't think I could clear it. Man with the screaming brain. I like making extra people dance when I have the opportunity, but it also really makes me worried that okay, so if I go off the screen to the right up here and I go off the screen to the left and I cross the street, okay. So it does. So the right on one side is the left on the other. Oh, I was gonna say, I like making bonus people dance when I have the opportunity, but my fear is that doing so raises the quota for the next tape. And I really think it did, because now I've got to go for 11 people dancing. Get out of here, game. The man beats Echo and is defeated by a few tone-deaf walkers and a psycho killer or two. If my music if my music notes were defensive against the enemies in the game, then I would have much better hopes of clearing this one. Like if I could spray music as I like go through the screen transition and know I'd be safe on the next screen every time, if it worked like that, I would have a lot more confidence. I understand why they're tone deaf, they're immune. I understand why it doesn't work that way. But like, you know, like the Psycho Killer and the Tape Thieves. There's so many, like, awful enemies that you can land on just for walking off screen. I don't remember if I walked past the inn or not. Well, it doesn't matter. That guy's gonna get me. I'm so disoriented. I need that jumping jack flash guy to show up much more often. If he showed up like half as often as the enemies even, I'd be in a much better place. The gangster of groove will not be denied. Eleven must dance again. And look, it only gives me credit for one tape again. I have turned in 2 tapes. I've turned in 2 tapes. Why do I only get credit for one? I don't understand. I'm so unhappy. This game is mean. I'm gonna guess that those are the lyrics to Psycho Killer by Talking Heads. Let me just pause this for a moment. So I feel like I missed a few things still. If I die, I want to die like Stephen King did in Creepshow, Dynamite says. Turn into green moss until it's all over. I don't think I'm there with you on that one. Did you end up finishing Aladdin? Couldn't stick around too long after Kyle's raid the other day. So no, I'm gonna work on Aladdin one more time. I'm still struggling with those same 2 collectibles that I couldn't get. I've had 2 nights. I've worked on it for about 8 hours now. But most of that time has been devoted to 2 collectibles. The rest of the game I figured out pretty easily. So I'm going to do it again next week, and if I can't figure out those 2 collectibles by the end of the next stream, I might open the floor. I'm probably going to open the floor to let the chat give me some advice or help. but I'm going to stick with it one more time. I don't know what day yet, because I write the schedules out at the beginning of the week each week. But yeah, we're going to do it one more time. I'm gonna try for it a little bit longer blind, but I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to ask for help. Probably. I don't want to, so I'm gonna still try not to. But I kind of am suspecting I'm gonna break. Because I'm not. It's one thing. Like it's one thing when I'm stuck, but like I'm coming up with other ideas of things to try. But when I'm stuck on a screen and there's a thing just out of my reach, oh, I mean, there's just I can't generate new ideas out of nothing. But we'll see, we'll see. I'm definitely gonna come back to it. I want to complete it 100%, and if I have to ask for help to do it, I will. I just don't want to yet. Is any C64 game not mean? Touche. This game can be rough. You know what? I will ask. I will ask. I'll open the floor just a little bit. Buddha Fingers, uh, do you know why it doesn't count my tapes sometime? Like the only thing I can think of is I'm being punished for having bonus dancers, but that really that really doesn't seem right. I think it's because you swapped batteries. Oh. Well, if it's gonna do that, then it should cut my dancer count down. I don't like that. That's brutal. Did you read the instruction manual, or is that too spoilery for a C64 game? No, I never read the instructions, Stat Cat. Well, I won't say never, but no, I didn't read the instructions to this. I don't know if they're available online or not. I did ask Buddhafinger. I've asked Buddhafingers a couple times to help me out. He told me what one of the keyboard buttons does after I wandered for an hour not understanding how to play the game. Because I never touch the keyboard. I don't think about it. So I never would have figured that out on my own. Even though you're supposed to read those. Yeah, well, no. I I agree with you, StatCat, that you're supposed to read the manuals, but I disagree with you that I can. maybe that's not worded. Maybe that's not worded right. I agree that that manuals are supposed to be written that are supposed to be read for retro games, but I can't read them because of the way I like to approach games. My extreme no info policy forbids it because they are too spoilery. Right? Like the Ghosts and Goblin, the Super Ghouls and Ghost manual tells you, it describes every stage in the game, every weapon. Like these are things I need to discover firsthand. I can't I can't have all that. I don't want to know what stage 5 is if I never make it to stage 5. I want to earn the right to know what stage 5 is. I don't want the manual to tell me and ruin it for me. I want to be surprised when I get there. If I know at the very start that there's an ice level in the game, then I'm just going to be looking forward to the ice level the whole time, and I won't be surprised by it when I get there. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, it applies to mechanics too. So there are a lot of times where I play a game and I don't know about a fundamental mechanic, and so it's impossible for me to make progress. How many hours? How many hours did it take in Chrysalis before I realized I had a jump? Like, well, what was it? Like 4 hours? Like 4 hours after I got the rabbit ring before I figured out how to use it. Who still has the manual for original hardware games? Dynamite says. I have a fair collection of manuals, but it's not. Well, it's not nothing, but I don't have a ton. I have a lot of manuals for my games that came on discs, like cartridges. I've got maybe like 20 NES manuals and maybe 15 Super Nintendo ones. They're all in the like real low double digits. I already have a tape. What am I doing? You're doing real good now. I like this. I think that was sarcasm, right? Because I was distracted and not really playing the game. Fair enough. I deserve that. Lower half of the game's pretty slick design-wise, at least. It gives it a nice aesthetic. I mean, I'm pretty certain that it's to cut down the processing demands. By having less area that moves and changes. Well, I mean, it does move. Those bars aren't nothing. The Home Improvement Manual. I respect the hustle. Thank you, Waz. It's it's kind of it's kind of a suboptimal way to play games. I put myself through a lot of artificial confusion and struggling. I'm aware of that, but at the same time, I really like the eureka moment when I finally figure out how something works. Um, it's it's way more rewarding to me to figure out a mechanic on my own just by messing with the game. I'd always rather do that than be told or read about a mechanic. Even if it's something that I need to progress, I'd rather wait until I can figure it out on my own to make progress. And I also have this really bad part of my heart that takes a tremendous amount of pride in making it far despite my ignorance. So like the further I can get into a game before I discover a fundamental mechanic, the prouder I am of myself. Which is not the appropriate response, but it is the response I have. Like my dream situation I usually describe as I imagine it would be wonderful to do a first playthrough of something like Super Mario Brothers. Of course I've played it, but imagine I had never played it and I do it for the first time on the stream. And it takes me, forever, but I finally beat it. And then someone tells me, like, wow, I can't believe you made it through that whole game without ever discovering the run feature. Like, that's something I really hope is gonna happen someday. We've had quite a few situations that have felt kind of like that. My Dark Souls playthrough kind of felt like that situation for a lot of it, and Castlevania 64, I had a minor instance of that, not knowing I could charge my attack the whole game. Or not the whole game, but a huge portion of it. Let's go. That battery was running down. Oh, thank goodness. The quota went down for a change. Let's pause it a moment. Hey, Sparrow, welcome in. Happy time zone, Frownie? What is this? Time zone? Welcome in, Sparrow. Always happy to have you here. This is a C64 game that's all about groovy music, Sparrow. I don't know if you were here the first time we played Street Beat or if you knew this game, but I imagine you've got to love it. Yeah, Budafingers recommended this. We played it before. I played it for a couple hours a long time ago, but we just came back to it. I mean, overall, you know how everything works and what everything does. Oh, right on, right on. I found the manual and I'll be hoarding all the information in my stealth stack, Cat says. Thank you. I appreciate the no spoilers approach. The great thing about video games is the right way to play it is the best way for you, StatCat says. Yeah, and I don't think that my approach to video games, is the way I like to do them, and I don't recommend other people play them as stubbornly blind as I try to. I think it's very unnecessarily stressful a lot of times. But it just appeals to me to do things this way. I've become a monster. My experience with video games have turned me into something of a monster. I guess part of it might be also the sensation that whenever you get something you come across something really bogus in a video game, like some of the stuff in Castlevania 2, like like the kneeling with the crystals and stuff like that, and for the tornado or whatever. And there's always a question when you hear about stuff like that, like how are you supposed to figure this out blind, right? And that's something that I'm usually willing to put in the research to try to figure out, right? How does someone solve something like that blind? Like, I can't answer that particular question because, like, those kind of secrets are spoiled for me a long time ago. But, like, I hear about things sometimes where people are like, well, you'll have to look this up or that up because there's no way to do it blind. And when I hear that, I'm just like, well, let's find out. Let's see. Is there really not? And I can't always do it, but I sure like to try. This cool thing about games, you can approach them multiple ways. Waz says, exactly. You can run in Mario. Oh no, I should have said spoiler warning. I've ruined it. I'm sorry. Derpal Ganger, welcome in. Good to see you. I feel like I've missed you for a little while. Welcome back. Hope you are doing very well. Get further into the game without knowing. Get a high ignorance score. Exactly. They did an update for the Switch Online library, Derek says. Very disappointed. I'm sorry to hear that, Derek, but they can't, they're definitely going to be some bad updates. They don't want to roll out all the good games in one lump. They want to keep you coming back. Happy time zone is a lazy way of saying morning, day, evening, night. I might have to. I might borrow that, Sparrow. I might try that out for a while and see how that fits. See how that feels. I saw a streamer playing an NES game where once you're powered up, you can press select to fire instead of having to only punch all the time. He didn't know that because pressing select for an attack is never the case. He bailed on the stream. I don't know. He should have been told for the sake of his enjoyment and the stream. There comes a point, Dynamite, where yeah, I mean even when I'm stuck for a certain number of hours, there comes a point where I will let people tell me something, but that point comes much later than other people think than people usually think. And yeah, sometimes you like the way again the way that I do things is not the way I think everyone should. Now I want to see a Shadowgate playthrough. The thing about that, Buddha Fingers, Shadowgate, I can do a Shadowgate playthrough. It would feel a little inauthentic. I played it on the Game Boy Color when I was a kid, and I didn't have the same rigid standards when I was a kid. I would lean on walkthroughs and stuff like that to get through games, and so I have played through Shadowgate before with a walkthrough. Now, would I remember any of it 20 years later? I remember there's a key under a skull early on. And I remember when you die, the death screen says, "It's a sad thing your journey has ended here," which I interpreted as an insult. Um, I mean, that's about it. I might like more might come back to me, but I couldn't do that game truly blind. I would do it as blind as I could, having been spoiled on it a couple decades ago, but it would be still somewhat inauthentic. I would still like to do it though, just to do it. We did Shadowgate 64. I did that one quite a while ago, Loyal. That one, I don't think I'd ever gone through the whole game. That one was kind of like the situation I was describing with the other Shadowgate, where I think I played some of the early game as a kid, and I'm sure I had help with what I played of it back then, but I don't know that I made it through the whole game. But we did on the stream. I like that game a lot. They made a sequel to it, but it never got released. I think it was actually made, just never released. I sure wish that would I sure wish that would leak or something. It'd be a lot of fun to try out, I think. Is the park a safe zone? Yeah, I did 4 games, 3 of them were Japanese. Cool to have them preserved at least, Waz says. Yeah, I mean, that's This guy has tapes. I came there before and they wouldn't give me a tape. No, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. I don't know if I can get past the psycho killer without dying. I'm too scared to try. Jack, help me. Oh, thank goodness for that guy. It's fine. You'd still get stumped. Maybe the NES version this time. Oh yeah, I'd probably want to do the. I don't know if I have the NES version though. I guess they're probably different. This music's actually pretty rad. I like some of the tunes. That's one. I actually complimented that one earlier on in the stream. I like that bass line. It sounds familiar. Like it's a bass line. Like it shows up in a bunch of it's a bass line that shows up in a bunch of different songs. But yeah, it shows up in a bunch of songs for a reason. It's pretty good. It's simple but effective. I want to beat Shadowgate and Uninvited, but I've never beaten any games like those. Probably won't have the patience to not just look everything up. Dynamite says Uninvited I could do. Yeah, that because that's like Shadowgate. I've never played or seen anything from that game, so that would be like the more authentic version of that. I mean, Maniac Mansion would be that too, right? It's also like the same kind of game. I've never played it either. Oh, come on. Tell me the new inn needs a DJ right now. This is like the perfect time. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. We got 17 free dancers. I didn't even know that's how that worked. That's the best luck. But my battery's running low. I gotta make it back. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that happened. Now I know what that does. That gets you a bunch of free dancers. That's great. Hey, and we're at significance. Come on, tape delivered. No joke, I remember my grandpa playing Maniac Mansion while I was sitting on his lap. Never played another video game in his life. My grandpa played Tetris on the NES. He had an NES. I think he had 3 games. He had Tetris and Mario, of course, Mario Duck Hunt, and I think he had a slide puzzle game. Um, I remember my grandpa loved Tetris, and I remember him being really good at it. I mean, like he wouldn't be like world record or anything, but he was better than everyone else in our whole extended family. Tetris was another one for sure. Outside like Solitaire. That's the only game that that's the only video game I remember my mom ever playing was Spider Solitaire on the computer. My parents had a computer. It was a Windows XP computer, I think from the late 90s. And that thing, they had that thing for It ran for 20 years. It was a dedicated spider solitaire machine for most of its lifespan. Isaac would be very excited for all the extra dancers. Oh, I didn't get any batteries. Alright, well, I got batteries, but now, like, that always messes up my tape return. I had one dancer before I got the batteries, so let's just see if I get, like, if I don't count that one. I'll go well above my quota and see if I still get the tape to count. But I don't think it will, because I was way above it before. There's a time limit? Windows XP was post 2000. All right, early aughts. I don't remember exactly. I was just trying to estimate. I knew there was a clock, like, on the bottom left, there's, like, a clock. But I just thought maybe that was for score or something. I didn't know, because it was counting up, not down. I mean, yeah, it's like a boombox timer would be counting up, right? But it's just, I feel just stabbed in the heart. Frownie, why are you playing E.T. on Atari 2600 right now? You know what? This game is kind of like the parallel universe good version of E.T. on the Atari. It's very similar in a lot of ways. Yeah, the map functions the map functions in a very similar way. You wander around getting randomized collectibles and returning to them to a particular position. Yeah, it's basically the same gameplay as E.T. on the Atari. The way the enemies come in and chase you down works really similarly to the detective and the scientist, who each have different ways to interrupt your gameplay. Right, one of them takes your things away, just like these guys might break your boombox or take your tape. One of them takes you to jail or whatever in ET, and here it just kills you instead. But yeah, it's really similar. It's really similar to ET. It's basically the exact same gameplay style. That's a good comparison. First PC was Windows 3.1. That was certainly a mood. I think we had 3.1. It might have been Windows 95. computers. I was gonna say I thought we had 3.1 computers when I was in grade school, but I think they were Windows 95 computers. That might have been middle school. My grade school and middle school were in the same building, so they bleed together for me. Haven't been this betrayed since a dolphin was involved. Well, Conga, that's like, I haven't been this betrayed since last night. That's probably what you're going for, but I think it actually sounds worse when you just state it bluntly. You're saying all copies of this should be buried in the desert? Nah, this is the much better version of Atari, of ET Atari ET. But it is functionally the same exact gameplay. Wander the map, collect the thing. I mean, a lot of games probably are, you know. Wander the map, collect the thing. I mean, Adventure on the Atari is the same thing. Now that I think about it. We suffered Windows 3.0 through 3.11 for a few years. Yeah, I don't remember exactly. There was some kind of Apple computer. There was some kind of Mac computer in the school library that was like the librarian's computer that we could use to play Oregon Trail every now and then. When we actually got a computer lab, I think it was when they had Windows 95 computers, but I'm not sure. Those might have been... I might be confusing the computers at the public library with the ones in the school computer lab. Windows 95 laptop that got such a corrupted hard drive, I had to install Windows 3.11 on it. I had a DOS laptop. It was this giant beige monster that it weighed like 20 pounds with like a 40-pound battery pack. It was a beast of a laptop. We had that way late though. It was wicked out of date by the time we had that. I'd really just used it as a typewriter for homework. Only the private schools had Macs, Sparrow said. The public school chumps had good old PCs. Alright, I think we're going to wrap with a Street Beat for tonight, my friends. I feel like I could kind of keep going with it, but I do want to play some other things. I don't want the whole night to be just this one game, and I planned a couple others. So I think we're going to move over to Beachhead 2 and give that a try. It'll be the first time trying that one. This game, I might come back to this game again sometime, like I said. I really have very minimal hope of actually clearing it, but it is a fun game, so I'll definitely play it again. It might be a while before I pick it back up, but I'm not gonna forget about it forever. It's a pretty cool game. But yeah, let's see if I can get a copy of Beachhead 2 to work. I hope I actually have it on here. Let me go looking. Alright, I do have it. It's another tape file. It could be a lot of, it could be some unpleasant flashing lights, just so you know. Loading these tapes is sometimes an experience. And I don't know which joy port this game takes, so I might have to immediately reload it. I hope this is right. Look at this. It's got a timer telling us how long it's going to take to load. StatCat, thank you for the resub, my friend. Always, of course, your support is very much appreciated. Thank you for helping keep the stream going around, and thank you for the 13 months. That's almost a year. Listen to that lovely noise. I don't recognize this song. I can't place what that was. I recognize it. Probably from this loader. This Yankee Doodle. We had Apple IIs in public school here. Granted, it was only like 2 in the whole school, was says. I had an old neighbor that was in his 70s. I used to visit. I think he had the DOS laptop you described. It had a giant battery. It was brown. I helped him take it to the Village Free Takeaway Junk for Free Day because he couldn't do it by himself. Might have been the same one. I feel like it got quieter. Alright, Beachhead 2. How considerate of them to fade the music. This seems quite different from the first one. Level 1, level 2, okay. Level 1. Select scene. Attack, rescue, escape, battle. Attack? Position tape, then press return. Uh-oh. Press play on the tape, then press return. Uh-oh. I hope this is gonna work. Sometimes when I like to play the tape files because when they work, well, I guess they're not really different from the other files. When they work, they I can trust that they haven't been tampered with, because a lot of the disk image files you get, have had intros and messages inserted to them by the people who cracked the code, and those are definitely interesting and a charming curiosity of their own and something to explore. However, they are also sometimes quite wildly inappropriate for a family-friendly stream. So sometimes they include very rude messages about other cracking communities. They're like reading graffiti, Conga says. I haven't come across many like that, but I've come across one or two that I've been like, I don't want to load a game without checking it first. I'll never forgive US Gold for giving us that fake Strider sequel. I haven't looked into those ones yet. I really hope this is a Joyport 1 game, because that's what I picked. DOS stuff was pretty wild. I remember Prodigy was the internet for DOS back then. It's absolutely nuts to think about nowadays. I don't know if I ever used that. Prodigy. I only had a very small amount of experience with DOS. I kind of really went from the Commodore 64 to like about Windows 95 or so, with not a lot in between with very minimal computer access in between. Like the laptop the laptop that we got, I think we got that after we got the computer of Windows XP on it. When we got it, it was way out of date, and like I said, I just used it as a typewriter really. Um, my dad had a computer with DOS on it at his job, and sometimes, like, if he would have to watch me while he was at work, like I had to be there with him, he would set me up on his computer with Duke Nukem, the Duke Nukem games on DOS. Those are like the only DOS games I've ever played. Was Duke Nukem 1 and 2, and I feel like I was kind of like I couldn't really understand them very well. I don't remember being very good at either of them. But I do distinctly remember that I played both, at least some of 1 and 2. If the game does end up loading, it's taken a few times longer than the fancy loading screen. Feels like a bit of a ripoff. Agreed. I'm not inclined to give up on it yet. This the the tapes do load at a somewhat not great speed. Maybe while this is loading, I'll take a look and see if I have an alternate copy of Beachhead 2 though. In case this tape one doesn't work, maybe I've got it in a different format. This is me coming to the stream like incredibly prepared. I think the odds of an alternate copy are probably pretty low. Unless it's included on like a multi-disc here. No. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I can't load those kinds of files. I do want to give this game a try, so let me see. Here. Well, it stopped playing. It's waiting on me to do something. The little play icon is gone. I think that's probably a bad sign, though. Oh, I forgot about that game. I should have had that one on my to-do list tonight. Alright, so I think this is dead. I think I'm going to have to grab another copy. It works very well. Alright, so... just a moment. You're going to lose my mic here for a little while. Alright, cool. Should be able to hear me again. All right, I think this is, fingers crossed. I think I've got a better, I think I've got a copy of it that will probably work. I'm going to step away, though, before we give it a try. Sorry, I'm going to leave you in suspense for a moment and take a short BRB. I should get more coffee, visit the restroom, stretch my legs, all those good things. So thank you for enjoying Street Beat with me. We'll play more games when I get back. It'll be just a few minutes. You could enjoy a wonderful Commodore 64 inspired tune put together by our very own Sparrow, who makes almost all the music you hear on the stream. Hydrate. Thank you, Waz. And I'll be right back with you as quickly as I can. Just a couple minutes, like five or six at the most, probably. See you very shortly, my friends.